Hello and welcome to Retro Vehicles and Machinery. My name's Richard, and this week I have got my hands on an old Thwaites dumper. I've acquired this one because I want to make a mini loader out of it. She's a Thwaites 4000 all drive, I think, from about 1985. She has a PETA PH2, a bird's nest. Yeah, she's in need of a bit of love. The seats, yes, past it. But she has some potential to make a little loader with. I have had it running. It does run lovely and it drives okay. There's no brakes on it. And looking at it, hub seal's gone on the front. I do plan on moving the skip off and fitting a front loader frame. The dumper's a 2-ton dumper, and as far as I'm aware it weighs about 1400 kilos at the moment empty. So yeah, we'll have a look at unloading it yeah, have a look at fixing it up. So I did, when I went to have a look at it, I did notice this bottom swivel on the articulation is absolutely shot. So the actual ball joint has dropped through. I have one of those on order. Obviously it's been like it for a while because look how thin it's made this framework. So I'm going to beef all that up with some thick steel and the welder. Make a nice job of that. And we'll have a look at greasing it up. The gearbox I know works and it doesn't jump out of any gears, so that's quite sweet. The props look to be in fair condition. Just wants a bit of going over really, but it should make a nice addition to the fleet. I'm hoping I can make it so it can pick up a bulk bag. That's the main plan, so it can lift a bulk bag of ballast sand for me. So I've fitted this little engine on the back of the dumper. Got pulley on the crank there. Hopefully I can use this as a little donkey engine to wind the PETA PH2 over, and then I can just throw the compressions in and it will start up. I've made a little mount here and just welded it on the back. I've cut the stay off the other side, but I'm planning on making a loader, so I want to attach some weight on the back here anyway, so it'll have a bar with some tractor front weights, I think, hanging off it. I've got a little centrifugal clutch on the engine and the pulley on the crank there. This one I ever so nearly got it starting off the crank, but it just isn't quite enough. I haven't quite got it right, so we'll see if this will start up. seemed to work quite well. Now she's a runner, I can have a look at repairing the steering. Not a major issue going on here. Have a look at that next. So I'm fixing my steering that's fallen off. This part rotted away and come off completely, so I've cleaned up the base, made some substantial plates to plate all the base section in and weld it all back up, and that should tie my steering column back in. I have got a brand new column with a new wheel because the bearings failed there, and I will be careful when I take the orbital valve top apart so I can put the new column in. That should be fine. First I'm going to weld this up, see if I can get the strength back in the column here. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Certainly solided up the steering. Just welded that front plate in. Seam welded it all the way around. That's not going anywhere. I think that's quite a substantial repair for that. Looking pretty good. Have a look at changing this column next for the new one. So I've cut that off because there was no way that nut was going to come undone. I've got a new column and steering wheel for it, so that seemed to be the easiest thing to do with that. Have a look at unbolting the orbital valve, or the column off the orbital valve, and taking that out next. So I've removed the column from out of there. I'll just slide the rest of it out. All this black water had filled the column, so we'll look at cleaning that up next. Just clean this little bit up here. So that bit's cleaned up, ready to go on the top here. A bit of grease on there, stop any water ingress. See if we can fit this.